or I have experts come on and give you information about ways to maximize your business through social media. And this week I have the legend Ciara Williams
My goodness.
on with us today. And before we get started, I'd love, Ciara, for you to give us a SparkNotes version of, you know, when you started at Lancome and what that looked like for you.
Yeah.
And who you are a little bit.
Okay, so hi, I'm Ciara. I think I know a lot of the people on the call. But I started with Lancome in 2015. I just had my 6-year anniversary in May. So I started in Montana. That's where I'm from. Pretty small town, even smaller Lancome counters.
How big was your door, like your volume?
I think it was like 100,000.
Yeah.
Maybe. It was a long time ago, but I remember the volume was not that much. But I worked at that counter for about a year as a counter manager, and it was such a great experience. It was my first experience in retail, like cosmetic retail. And then my executive at the time, which she's on the call, Miss Lori Adams, she moved me to Oregon to be with her, which was so exciting. So I moved from Herberger's, which if anybody's heard of that, it's like a Macy's, like a Nordstrom, kind of in between. Went to Nordstrom for be a counter manager at 2 different counters there for about, I think, 2 years total. And then I moved to Colorado to be a sales and training coordinator. I did that for 2 years. And then last year, I moved to New York to be the executive training manager at Macy's Herald Square. So that's the quick.
Yeah, that's a quick version. Yeah. What I want to pull out from that is you started in Montana. I remember I know your journey well because of my past position and getting to know the field and understanding like the different areas and the volume. So Lori just knew there was something extra special about you. And like Lori and I adore you, but I think Lori for sure wins when it comes to like how much she adores you.
Yes, I do.
But from there, we not only adore you, we also think you're really smart in the fact that you are wise and also know how to take these concepts and apply them not only to your life, but also to a team. And that is what you've done. And not only did you move last year you moved at the beginning of the pandemic, like the week that it closed, like everything closed down was like your moving week. And I remember that too, where it was like you weren't sure the timing of things, and what a stressful situation. But that's just kind of how you are. You can see through a lot of different stressful things and be able to still like do something that's going to produce something. So I want everyone to hear like this incredible, I feel like you're such a hero in the field because of, you know, not only who you are, but what you have done and helped do. And it's not just you, obviously. You are able to work with others in just the best way. And so that is why you're here today talking to this, because you are now implementing that something someone else outside of Herald Square can do. And this is, you know, what we're going to bring to you all today.
Yes, I'm so excited.
So if you don't already follow Herald Square on social media, whether that's through Instagram or YouTube, please do that, because they are definitely a counter that I would say is excelling, but also just growing. Like they will give you inspiration and support. So I just wanted to preface all of this by really, yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So before we get in, is there anything else that you would like to share that we missed on the details?
I don't think so. I think, you know, I am absolutely so in love with Lancome as a company. And I think more than just the company, the people who work for it. I mean, when I met you, it was at L'Academy, right? And just the connections you build and how people really get you through everything. I've been through so much craziness while I've been with Lancome, and even moving here, again, I didn't know anybody, and my executive who I'd never even met before, really, like, well, I met her but didn't know her, was
Mhm.
my rock through
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I hardly knew her because Lancome just has the best people, really, like, the
Yes.
most supportive people that really wanna see you succeed, and I'm just, like, so happy to be a part of this company.
Yeah. And that's what makes this whole thing so great. We have amazing people on the West Coast, in the middle of the country, and on the East Coast. Like, it's just a family, and we all know that, and we all relate to you. And this is why now is the perfect time to go through this, because this will get people really motivated and excited about the holiday business, which can feel very scary at times, as we
Yeah.
all know. So let me know. Can you see my screen?
Not yet, I think it's loading.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So, I'll just go ahead and start.
You
So,
go.
yes, this year we started a YouTube channel at Macy's Herald Square, my team and I. It was something that the reason we did it was because obviously we came back, it was a pandemic. Last fall was the first time we had to really try to figure out virtual eventing. And we had some wins in small ways. We'd have our national makeup artist, Ricardo, through Teams. And for some clients that worked, but we noticed there was like a gap. There was clients
Yeah.
who didn't really understand Teams. For me, I never used Teams till I started in this role. So
Yeah.
in strategizing, like, what are we going to do for next year? Because we're still going to have to event. That's
Yeah.
where we came up with having a YouTube channel. So
Perfect.
I have, if we go to the next slide, just a little bit about YouTube. The first one is so crazy to me. That number, like 1.86 billion people
I know.
worldwide on YouTube. That number is massive. Like, when I read that, I was like, that's so crazy. And with different social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, like most of them target a specific age
Yep.
group. You'll have different age groups that feel more comfortable, but YouTube is utilized by everyone, no matter the age group. There's statistics that show that everybody uses it, no matter what the age group, all of that. So I think the comfortability level with operating the app and watching videos is just already there, which is nice. And 85% of internet users use YouTube at least once per week. They're on it, they're using it. And videos, it's how a lot of people like to really consume content. If you think about,
Yep.
if you send a text to talk about a new product, right? Then you have the next step, which would be like a picture that you might post on Instagram. But then if you have a video showing the product, showing how to use it, they can see it. It's just so much more impactful and more personal that I
Mhm.
feel like they resonate more with it and you have more success. And the last one, beauty content is the most popular on YouTube. So as far as like the people that use YouTube, the 1.86 billion, a lot of
Mhm.
them do go to YouTube to consume beauty content, tutorials, product recommendations. Like it just makes sense. It's
Yeah.
already, you don't have to like change someone's mind, get them to learn something new. For the most part, they already know what it is.
They're
So
looking for it. Yeah, that's right.
they really are. So this is a picture of me and one of my counter managers, Shaniqua. She
So
has been a
beautiful.
huge reason why we've been so successful. And these are just some
She's
bullet points.
amazing, by the way.
It's
Like, I think she's such a great example on um displaying and talking about and showcasing different products and how she
totally.
applies. Like, she's
Yes. So
pro.
this year we've done 17 videos, some of them English, Spanish, some in Mandarin. We've had over 1,000 views and generated $35,000. And what I love too, like this being on camera, doing videos, it's not something I feel like anybody's like automatically comfortable with. I remember the first live I did, which was last year for National Lipstick Day. I wanted to like pass out afterwards. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
even Shaniqua, she wasn't comfortable at first, she was a little bit hesitant. It was a little bit outside of her comfort zone, and she did amazing. Like she was such a natural.
Mhm.
So that was a huge reason we've been so successful.
I think even like reminds me of someone like Robert Cook, who You see him every week on whether it's HSN, Facebook Live, whatever it is. He's like, I was not comfortable with it. So it's not normal necessary, like it's not typical to feel comfortable doing it at
Yeah.
first. It is a journey. And so what you're saying is a lot of people like it took time to get there, and there's still people who are taking their time to get there because they're still not okay with it, and that's going to be, everybody's thing. But if you have someone who's willing to learn how to become comfortable,
Mhm.
that's where you want. And I don't want to just like pass over these metrics that you posted as well, because I mean 17 YouTube videos, that is not very many videos. I'm just going to say, like, that's not very many videos, but in incremental volume it created over $35,000. And that's not with booking appointments. That's just giving a link to
Yeah.
your customers
Mhm.
to watch a video, and there's a call to action and you'll explain all that. But like, that's incredible. And so just imagine what it would be like if we had, you know, every type of individual that could reach all the different consumers that Lancome has out there, and 1,000 views. That's incredible. So really great stats. Great job to you and your team. And I know that it takes a village to do something like this, but you've learned a lot of hard lessons to be able to pass on the knowledge and wisdom to others. And I think that that's incredible. So let's talk about that.
Okay, so these are just some clips from two of our videos, and we just have a few tips. So the first one, this applies to anything that you do on social media. Caroline, I know you talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
Be yourself. You know, people really like genuine people. So it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to not be a professional, like person who does videos, but just be yourself and have fun. The second one, switch up your content, especially at first. You want to make sure you're doing videos in every category. That way you can see what resonates with what you're sending out. So pay attention to your return on investment. If you post a video and you send out the link and there's 1,000 views and you only have 5 people that purchase it, you kind of have to look and see, okay, that video didn't really land. But if you have a video that has 100 views and 50 people purchased, 80 people purchased, you're like, wow, that was a really good video. How do I mimic that and keep doing that? You can use your mix of business to look at how, like what products are doing really well. I know we spoke about this earlier, Caroline,
Mm-hmm.
that there's already a want for, right? People
Mm-hmm.
are already wanting it. How do you make a really good quality video about it and send it out to your clients so that they can be excited about what products are doing really well?
And the products that link to that product, perhaps. So if TIU is just doing amazing at your store, do one on a primer and a setting powder and things like that, things that can go. So this is the link selling piece to it as well.
Yes. And then do videos to promote newness. Obviously, we've had pretty consistently newness,
Hmm.
AOC, Edol Aura, the Drama Ink. People want to
We're
see
getting
it.
back to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So doing videos around that, promotions, but also when we don't have a promotion on, that's when we've seen a lot of success is we know we have strong business during gift, during 15% off. But in between, if that's where you kind of struggle, focus on videos that can help you during those times. And then offer exclusive samples or a gift if they purchase with the video. Give them some type of incentive, whether it's just something small. It could be like a little small Genifique packet, or it could be, you know, a full-size product if you have that. It's just whatever you have available. We've used whatever we have laying around,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. I mean, we're scrappy in the field, so we can,
Yes.
I'm sure that there's a lot of places who have these reserve of things for their special clients, but use them for these type of promotions and utilize it like it is your own GWP and things like that, and put it aside for that. I think when you touched on the in between business, we know that the business is strong, and it takes a lot of time to create that strong business. So this is what you're doing with this is you're creating a strong business outside of in-store. And um what you can, if you say you don't have like a new thing coming up or a promotion, which we typically always are in a promotion or a new thing. But I love what you said on things that matter to the client, things that matter are things that are trending, and maximize or take advantage of that social calendar that I send out on a monthly basis. And you can plant the seed then, and then as people are absorbing this information, they're going to see it in other pockets of the world or other pockets of beauty, whether that's through YouTube, online, or in store. They're going to be driven to that Lancome product that they see.
Yeah,
So that's what is the genius about all of this social selling, is that it takes a while for things to like register because the seed needs to be planted. But once it is, they want to go into store. Our consumer specifically wants to go into store
yeah,
and see the beauty advisor. So if the beauty advisor is the one planting the seed, they're the bookend. They're the
exactly.
one that will be on the other side for their client, and it becomes so much more, like you said, meaningful to that client. So
Yeah.
really good.
Okay, so these steps, and I put this whole slideshow in the chat as well in case anybody wants to keep it or screenshot any page, but this is really easy steps so that you can utilize this in your store if you wanted to do it. So step one, create a Gmail. The QR code will bring you right to the website so you can make a new Gmail that is specific for your counter. And then make sure to give your login information to your STE, STC. I forget passwords all the time, so it's important to have it like in your phone, but also don't trust yourself, only give it to someone else as well. And as far as on the next page, this is like, so creating the YouTube channel. So again, once you create the Gmail, you're going to do this QR code to create a YouTube channel. You'll use your Gmail and sign in. You want to choose custom name. There's two options. You can use your name or a custom name. If you do your name, you would need to have a first and a last name, whereas custom name, you can create a name. And we have a little formula. I didn't put it on the slide.
Oh,
I'll
don't
go
worry.
back one.
No worries.
So you want to do your city first. So for us, it would be New York or Herald Square, like something that makes sense for your store. So for us, it could be Herald Square, then Lancome, and then your retailer. So if you're with Nordstrom, it would be Herald Square Lancome Nordstrom or Herald Square Lancome Macy's. That way it's all in there, but you just want like wherever you're at, city-wise, area-wise to be first, and then upload a profile photo. It could be of your store, it could be of your team, it could be a rose, like whatever you wanted that to be.
And to reinforce what the little formula that you just put down for everybody is, that is the message from the DMI. So for those of you who are on the call that are Lancome AE and regional, who would be kind of overseeing these accounts, or maybe just having the login information being sent to you, Lancome DMI requests that the word Lancome is not put in at the front, because it just gets confusing. So that's why you want to stick to the formula of, you want to put the city name, then Lancome, and then the retailer on there, so that everybody is seen, and we know who is who, basically.
Yeah, and I
Um,
just put an example in the chat too, in case anybody was
oh,
curious what that would look like.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, step three, the fun part. Record your first video. And it's so simple because you just need two things. You need your cell phone and a ring light. If you don't have a ring light, like maybe there's not one in the cosmetic department, you can improvise, find anywhere with good lighting, a lamp, a window, whatever it may be. But it's really all you need. It doesn't have to be like a whole production. You just sit down in front of the camera and then you get started. And my best advice, and I think just with social in general, is just jump in, just do the first one. Even if like you were really nervous, you don't end up using it, you're going to automatically be more comfortable because you just went for it.
Yeah.
You can like build things up in your head and make yourself nervous, I think.
Yeah, completely. And I think that taking the whole perspective of, this is important for my client, is
Yeah.
like, that will lead you into a better place, because it will put you in a place of, well, maybe if this person was right here, how would I say this? Or
Yeah.
if how would I showcase this? And be practical about it. Like, the first few videos should be something where it's going to teach them something about their daily routine or whatever season of life it's in. So you're not going to, do a trend video right away. You're not going to do this Genifique hack video right away.
Right.
Maybe you've done those things. Stretch yourself and really give it from a consumer perspective of, okay, what do these people need to have a even better routine in their life? Or what don't they know? Or
Yeah.
what is less common for them? And go from there. And
If you think about too, the fall season, right? That's where we're in right now. It gives so much, like, there's so much going on. We have, like you were talking about earlier, browse is a huge focus for September. We have a buy one, get one free. Then we go into Beauty Box in October. November's gonna be Black Friday, December holiday. There's so many things. If you don't have an idea, if you're like, I don't really know what video to do, you can just look at the social calendar. You can look at what promotions are coming up. You can look at what the focuses are and just kind of piggyback on those.
mhm.
And then, because that's what we're going to be focusing on anyway.
And I think, make a goal of yourself. If you can get one video done every other month,
Hmm.
then start there. So don't like overwhelm yourself. 17 videos to do, that takes a lot of work. I'm like videos do take work, but
Yeah.
let me tell you that it will take so much less work than to have to create maybe like a little video for each individual client, maybe like some people are currently doing. So
Yeah.
think about um, people feeling okay to video themselves around the counter and showcase all the different products. Well, you could do that in a really great way and maximize your time and do it in less time and send it to more people
Yeah.
and have it live on your page versus just going away. So you're actually spending way more time
Mhm.
focused on that one video you may send to one or two clients, whereas it's really like so much more of an open space to be
Yeah.
able to like do the same type of feel video where it feels personal, but spend a little bit more time on finding the right place and make sure you could see you, because people don't want to see me. They don't want to see you. I mean, I want to see you and you want to see me, but your clients want to see their beauty advisor. And that is the huge takeaway from here is this world of digital has to somehow happen. And this is a great way for beauty advisors to step into this world because it's not this thing that lives out to the public. So, like, your links are unlisted, which means not everybody
Yeah.
can access these things unless they
Right.
have that link. And your tracking of these links is really managed through that low visibility because you're able to tell us some hard facts on what
Mhm.
what these links have produced. And so if you're into tracking what this is going to do, these KPIs that are important to our business, that's another benefit from it. But for someone who might be more nervous about being in front and doing those things, this is a great way to start that journey is through
Yeah.
a YouTube page for the counter.
Also, just real quick, my laptop, something happened, so I switched to
It's
my. You
okay.
can still see me?
You still look great.
Sometimes when you're on your phone, it shows, like, your chin only, so I just wanna make sure, like, not to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I see like you're below the like
Perfect.
brows
Okay,
and below. Yep.
great.
You look great.
So, yes, on the next one, the next slide, step 4, this is optional. You can edit your videos if you are a little bit more savvy or once you get more comfortable. The most popular editing apps would be iMovie, which if you have an iPhone, that's where you would use iMovie, or Splice would be more if you have an Android. But again, you don't have to. You can sit down, record the video, and just post it. I wouldn't like let editing intimidate you to not do something. Like, you can totally sit down, record it, post it without any editing. But these QR codes, if you're interested in editing, will take you to download the app to whether you use iMovie for Apple or Splice for Android.
You're so wonderful for getting these these QR codes throughout. Like it's so great as well. You made it so easy.
Last part would be to post your video. So you have the YouTube app. You can zoom in, like if you need to see exactly what it says. But when you're on the homepage, you click on the little plus sign that's down in the middle. That's going to do upload. Then you click on upload a video. You'll select your video. Then you want to make sure you select no, it's not made for kids. Just make sure that says no. And the last thing, create a title and select unlisted. So this is kind of what we were saying before. Unlisted means you can only see the video if you have the link, and you can text out the link through My Client if you're at Macy's, Personal Book at Nordstrom, Cat at Dillard's. You can post it on your social media so that people can see it that way. But that way, you know your views are 100% from like your
Your
clients.
outreach, right?
Yeah, not random people on YouTube. Because yes, that can be impactful. Like maybe once you finish, if you have a $500 goal and you make the goal and you're done tracking it, you can change it to public. But at first, you want to do unlisted just so you know, like these are our clients who have seen this video.
Plus, on from another perspective, from the client perspective, like they don't want to be treated like you're the celebrity and they're the ones like following you. They want to be treated like the celebrity. So
Yes.
it's more impactful as well with the relationship with the client. It's like they know they're not being used to get more views or to get more likes or to get more comments or interactions and things like that. And I think that that's something that's special as well that we can maximize because um like I don't know if you said it yet, but there's not a lot of people who are doing something like this right now.
No, and like especially other brands. I think at Lancome, we want to be number one everywhere. We always want to be ahead of everybody else, and in order to get there, we have to think 3 steps ahead of every other brand. So I think this is a way. I know for us in Herald Square and people in Herald Square, they do all sorts of things. No one else is doing this. It's only us. So that gives us an extra $35,000 for the spring season, like as an edge over other brands because nobody else was doing it. So if you have forward thinking, try to constantly be trying new things, I think that's how we win. And really have our brand seen and utilized by everybody.
Mhm.
But I know we're very competitive here, so you have to stay.
Well, it's amazing too because I remember one of the first questions I asked you about this project a couple months ago was, could your store in Montana do what Herald Square is doing?
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it is it can be done anywhere. It doesn't have to be like a super large store. It doesn't have to be a huge team. It could be a counter manager. And it doesn't even have to be every store. Like even if it starts as, you have somebody who's really top talent in a main store. Start there because I think when you do season openers or counter manager meetings where everybody comes together, if you talk about, oh, this store, like this person that regular person had this much success, you can really, they resonate and it is more personal to them. And they're like, oh, if she could do it, I could totally do it. And it
Mhm,
could motivate in that way too.
mhm, exactly. Um, Before we get to Q&A,
Hmm.
I want to ask you, now that you guys are really streamlining this type of format on YouTube, what are other inspiring projects that you guys are like conjuring up there at Herald Square? And like, what's next for you guys in digital?
So like you said, we learned a lot through YouTube, and we definitely want to make it even bigger for the fall season and for next year, knowing what we know. We've done the same with Instagram. We're really trying to, continue to grow our Instagram. And something recent that we have done is have like an influencer event. So we found local influencers. There was like only 6 of them because of the pandemic, obviously.
Mhm,
But we found local influencers, had an event with them. They show our products, and then it drives clients into store because they live locally. And so if you tie that with the YouTube, what that could look like is they record a video and they share it with their clients who are local, but we also share it with our clients as well. So it kind of helps recruiting new clients to Lancome, specifically if you target influencers that are, have more of a millennial reach or like something that you want in your area.
Yeah.
We're going to definitely dive more into that for the fall season, for next year, just for the future in general.
That's awesome. What I like about it is I know that there's a lot of teams around the country that are doing lots and are engaged with their influencers. I know specifically in Virginia's area, they were doing these influencer events before um, quarantine even started. So
Yeah.
I think that that could even be a easy bridge for their influencers is to how do we make this a full circle? And there's like a lot of great ideas out there that can help make it easier. But I think it's really important that we bring these ideas full circle and together so that we all have an easy way of accessing that because um, we know the energy and the effort that we spend in store is already 3 full-time jobs. We need to be involved with online, whether we like that concept or not. We're there. We have
Yeah.
to do it. It's a non-negotiable when it comes to like Black Friday sets. Like those need to be in a video format online from your beauty advisor, things like that, to maximize the business because there's a lot of people that are not going to leave their couch, such as me, I'll be working online, but I will also be doing shopping online because I don't want to go on store. So in a store area because it's just easier. I don't have the time. My job now is fully online where there's so many people like me who spend all of their workday doing these things online. So they're going to shop online too. So it makes sense to do something like this for those clients as well.
Totally. Hey.
Well, I want to spend some time opening it up to others. I'm sure that there are some questions out there. So go ahead and if you'd like to turn your camera on or ask questions, you don't have to use the microphone. You can use the chat. Please go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
So, first of all, this was amazing, Ciara. I'm so proud of you. I can't even.
Thank you.
Like, it chokes me up. But I remember when you were my counter manager, and I had a hard time getting you to even stand up and like talk.
I just talked about this the other day.
So this was so good. You are so articulate. You've made it so simple, and I'm really excited to take it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.
Hi, Ciara, I have a question. It's Virginia. My question is for the executives and counter managers obviously you're in Macy's Herald Square. Were there any obstacles for you to start this from a standpoint of, you said New York, Herald Square, Lancome, you know what I mean? Where did you have any obstacles with management and what were they? And if you did, how did you overcome them?
That's a great question. Go for it.
We really didn't. I think for Macy's in general, they're so on board with social. I know I hear about it on calls all the time. They really want participation in it. And so it's when you explain it to them, it's, telling them this is what it can mean for the business. And that's really how we've gone about it. And especially once there's results tied to it, they're like so happy. Obviously, finding a space to do it would really be the only obstacle I can see, maybe, but you could use a closed down fitting room. We used to use those for spa area that you used to do like a spa event or even like a stock room. If you had a stock room, you could do a video in there. Like the space maybe, but we really didn't have any pushback from like the Macy's end or management end. Everybody was super supportive because it's going to drive dollars, which I think is what we all want.
Yeah.
So that we didn't really run into that too.
Thank you.
I'm almost wondering, and Virginia, give me some feedback. Would it make life even easier if we had like a write-up to be able to give to Macy's department managers or whoever the contact person is, with the approval of Ciara's supervisors? Perhaps we could put something together to send out where it's like a fill in the blank. This is what we want to do. This is our YouTube channel. We want to, I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I think that's a great suggestion, only because I've heard from some executives in my area, so I don't know about the whole country. So that's why I was asking the question, is that there seems to be some pushback that they want it to be department driven. So if it's okay to do a Longcomb driven YouTube channel or social, I think it would be great, especially because I know that this is only going to continue to get bigger. And then how is it used with the stylist in Macy's as well? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you have them in Herald Square.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Herald Square.
Because our page is just Longcomb, like it's only for our brand, and we partner with the stylist. Like when we have a link, I'll send it to them because they have Longcomb clients and they'll send it to their clients. So that's kind of the partnership we have with them. And you could even partner with the stylist who maybe loves Longcomb to do a video, you know, like if that's something they're comfortable with. It really could be anybody.
Yeah, I think that there's so many ways that it can go depending on the store. Every store is different. So maybe we'll, I know Melissa is on this call. Maybe we can take it offline to see, touch base on like what that would look like. And maybe, obviously with my team, with Shannon, I'll have to get with her as well and see the collaboration on that. Cause it's kind of like the worlds are colliding, and that's what we want. We want a better means of communication and to also give you tools for you to utilize. And I think that that would be like an important piece to that. So we can maybe work on that project together on just getting a little write up. So I see that thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Is there any other good questions? Like it could be in that, or it could be even just, I mean, the world is your oyster. So.
And if anybody needs help, I think in some area, everybody probably knows my number. I know, like I could totally help. Somebody can text me if they have a question.
Crack me up.
With like uploading, you know, I'm totally fine helping as well.
Ciara, you're a nut. You're like, I will give my life to inside work and outside work.
About it because I know it's helped us so much, you know.
Yeah.
And I think, especially, I think back of when I was in Montana at a such smaller store, like this is something that totally would have helped, you know.
Yeah.
Especially during a pandemic. So I'm here to help anybody.
I think, and I think also another key to this is it's something that has inspired you, and we don't talk about it enough. And we all need this inspiration within our workplace. We need to look forward to the things that we have ahead versus feel like there's this heavy pressure that an elephant is going to sit on us from another event. So this is, this is a way to take creativity and apply it to your business, and it makes you feel better. And that's what we all just want at the end of the day. We all just want to feel good.
Yes.
All right. Well, if there are no further questions, Ciara, thank you so much for being here. And I don't know if you all saw that amazing video that Ciara did for the teaser. Incredible. Thank you for doing that as well, spending time on this project, because it is so valuable for us in moving forward. And I just want to say thank you, and to Melissa and Annika, who've trusted you with this, and the the rest of your Herald Square team.
Mhm. It's a whole group effort.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
I love it. We will make it even more digestible, so that everybody can do this. And I know that I'm sure there's a lot of people who are very excited about this this type of
Amazing.
program. So thank you.
Yay. Well, thank you. Thank you,
You're
everybody.
welcome.
Fun.
We'll talk to everyone later, and I'll send out that invite for next month. I'll see you then. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome.